Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are focusing on movement for hip mobility. We'll start in a tabletop position for a few rounds of your cat-cow. On your inhale, drop the belly, pull the heart forward to the arms. Exhale to round into your spine, create space in the upper and mid back. Drawing into your navel as you round, opening and spreading the collarbones wide across the chest as you inhale. After your next round, we'll meet in a neutral table, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Finding hip adduction, open that left leg out towards the side, squeeze into your outer thigh. Try to keep the shoulders square over the floor as well as those hips. Resist the urge to lean to the right. Finding 3 more. Exhale as you open, slow close. 2 and 1. Next, we add a double time. Lift halfway, lift all the way, lower halfway, lower all the way. Finding this staggered movement, a little bit of a hold through the middle before you slow and controlled lower it down. Still squeezing into that outer thigh, outer glute. Finding 5 more at your own pace. Your next one, you'll hold at the top and begin to make it into a circular formation, drawing those circles with your hip, aiming to keep the heel close toward the glutes. You're active through the hamstring. Try not to rock through your chest and torso. Next one, let's reverse our circles around in the opposite direction, lifting up and open through the glute, working to stabilize with your right oblique. And your side body holds the pelvic floor nice and stable. After this one, you extend your left leg long behind the hip. Take the toes down to the floor. Tuck the right toes. Lift the hips up and back for a staggered down dog. Feeling a stretch to the back of your left leg. Then work to straighten your right leg. Lift the left leg up, 3-legged downward facing. Find that open hip. Maybe draw circles with your ankle, maybe drawing big circles with your knee. Aim to keep both shoulders square towards the floor. And if you're finding circles with the knee, make sure to reverse the direction. On your inhale, you'll extend that left leg behind you, then step the foot in between your hands, finding a runner's lunge, fingertips to the floor, then begin to straighten into the leg. Rocking a little bit forward and back, finding your hip flexor to your hamstring stretch. We'll meet with the knee bent, then slide the arms up and forward for your high power lunge. Long line from fingertips to back heel, holding actively with the belly. Lower down through your back knee, find your low lunge stretch. Your front knee stacked over front ankle, either arms high towards the ceiling or hands to the front thigh. See how it feels to gently push the hips forward. A slight tuck of the tail will help to relieve any pressure from your lower back. When the arms are up, we find a side stretch. Lower the left hand down. Reach the right arm up and over, creating length through your right sideline. Both arms back up, then both hands down to the floor. Find your half splits. Work to straighten your left leg. Maybe taking your fingertips down to the floor. You can always use blocks underneath the hands if you need a little more space between. Aiming to find that long spine, then re-bend into the front knee. We work our way into a lizard lunge. The left foot wiggles to the outer corner of your mat as both hands come to the inside, finding your deep stretch through the hips. Aim to keep the heart open, shoulders rolling back. You can stay on your hands or come down to your forearms if you'd like a deeper stretch. Continuing those even cycles of breath in and out. We'll take our hands back to the floor if you came down, then sweep the left leg up and back, finding your downward facing dog. Let's pedal out the feet, bend one knee and then the other. Inhale, roll forward to plank, then lower your knees and make your way into an upright kneeling position. Take your hands behind your head for hip hinges. About 16 hinges here, finding your breath. Inhale, you sit those hips back towards your heels. Exhale, lift and squeeze the glutes up. Realigning your shoulders over hips, over knees at the top, making sure your back stays flat, the belly stays active as you move through your hinges. You're supporting the weight through the glutes and through your abdominal wall. Finding a couple more here with your breath, moving steady, moving slowly. Our next one, let's hold to the top, then extend your left leg out to the side and tilt your body over toward that left thigh, feeling a stretch on the right. Then wiggle your left toes to face the left and begin to lunge into your left knee. Bending the knees, sit the hip low, aiming to keep the shoulders stacked over your hips so your torso is still aligned over those hips. You should feel a bit of a stretch through the inner thigh and an opening through the hip. About 5 more with your breath. Our next one, let's hold it there. Find a side tilt once again. Maybe you open up the arms. Option to gaze up. Keep rolling that left knee back, opening up tall through your posture. Back through center, we slide both knees to the mat. Take your hands down, and we'll switch to the other side. Finding a couple more cat-cows here to reset our spine. Inhale to drop the belly, open the chest. Exhales to round and curl. About 2 more with your breath. Taking what you need here, making this your practice, your hip mobility. When you're ready, we meet back in a neutral table. Open and close that right leg out to the side and slow close. Feeling that squeeze to the right hip, the right glute. You adduct the leg out and slow in. Your hip abduction. When you're ready, begin to turn it into those staggered lifts. You open halfway, open all the way, lower halfway, lower all the way. Finding that slight pause in the middle, working to keep those shoulders aligned over your wrists the entire time, keeping the belly button zipped up towards the spine. So you're not getting lazy through the midline. That'll help you to keep a lot of activity through the entire front and back side of your body, making sure you don't sink into those shoulders. Begin to turn it into your hip circles, your next time at the top. Allowing the hip to gently roll around in its hip socket, moving steadily in one direction. After your next circle, go ahead and reverse your circles around in the opposite direction, resisting the urge to lean your torso over to the left. Try to keep that alignment of shoulders and hips square towards the floor. Next, we'll extend that right leg out behind the hip. Take the toes to the floor. Find your staggered down dog. Your left knee is still bent as you melt your chest towards left thigh. Then turn it into your 3-legged down dog. Right leg lifts up and back. Maybe drawing circles with the ankle or big circles with the knee. Both shoulders stay square towards the floor. Don't let that right shoulder hike up. If you're finding circles, alternate direction. After your last circle, we'll step the right foot forward between your hands for your runner's lunge. Lifting the belly button up and away from the thigh. Begin to find your hamstring stretch. Rock the weight back. One more time, you bend the knee, open chest, hamstring stretch. Meet with the knee bent, then slide the arms up and forward for that holded high lunge. You're hovering your chest over the thigh. Drop the back knee down, untuck the back toes, low lunge. Arms can stay lifted or at any point they can come down to that front thigh as needed. Be seeing how it feels one side to the other, acknowledging there's slight differences between the sides. We do our best to even things out through our breath, through our mindfulness. We'll meet with the arms up, then slide your right arm long by your side. Side stretch over to the right, creating length along the left hip and left sideline. Arms up, then hands down, hamstring stretch, that half splits over your front thigh. Aligning your hip over back knee and your shoulders right over those fingertips if it's available. Rebend the front knee for your lizard lunge. The right foot slides to the wide corner of your mat, hands or forearms on the inside of the foot. Wherever you are, try to keep the chest open, the shoulders rolling back, the heart melting forward. Keeping length in your spine will help to keep weight out of those hips. Few more rounds of breath, breathing some space deeply into the hips. We lift ourselves back through center, bring it to downward facing dog, and pedal out the feet when you're ready. Next, we'll meet in a ragdoll shape, walking hands and feet in towards one another. Find a gentle bend of your knees, option to grab for opposite elbows. Then we sink the hips low, open the chest, and fold a little bit deeper. 2 more times, bend deeply through your knees, open chest. Exhale, melt the heart towards the thighs. Once more, we bend, sit low. Exhale to lift hips and fold. Release those hands down to the floor, then widen your stance, heels in, toes out. Finding a nice seated squat position, you lift your hips high towards the ceiling, then bend and sit low into your squat. Fingertips can stay down to the floor, to a block, or hands can come to your hips, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Make sure to keep the belly active the entire time. We'll meet with our hips low, then begin to twist. Open your right arm up towards the ceiling. Take the right fingertips down and switch sides. Alternating your arm openings, try to keep those hips back the same line. Try not to dip into one hip as you open the opposite arm. Moving with your breath, aiming to find one more each side. Next, you'll work into your malasana, your yogi squat. Widening your feet as needed, you slide the hands to heart center and the arms up against the insides of your knees. Option to take a side stretch here. Right hand can open down, left arm opens up. Keeping those hips nice and low, rolling open through your inner thighs. And we'll switch sides. Left hand down, right arm opens. Know that this is just an option. You can always keep the hands together through heart center. We'll lift our hips, wiggle those feet in towards one another, then come down onto your knees, repeating our sideline series on this side. Right leg extends out, hands come behind the head, lean towards that right leg for a side stretch, then back through center. Right toes face the right as you lunge deeply into the knee, allowing that hip to roll open. This exercise is great for hip mobility as it finds some opening through the inner thighs, as well as strength into the thighs and a little bit of balance here as well. Aiming to keep the shoulders aligned over your hips. Keep wrapping those ribs in towards your spine. Belly stays active. A few more here. If there's any pain in that bottom knee, you can always take a towel or a little mat underneath your knee for a little bit more support. Hold in the side lunge, open the arms and that tilts, finding a little bit of a side stretch, opening through the inner thigh. We lift ourselves back through center, take both knees to the floor, make your way into a camel shape. Hands can come behind your spine, right to the base of the hips, opening up the chest. If you'd like a deeper back bend, slide those hands down to your ankles. Keep pushing your hips forward as you open your heart up, maybe exposing the throat. Slowly come out the way that you came in. Slide your hips to your heels. Make your way to your child's pose. Either knees wide or knees narrow, whatever feels best for you. allowing that openness to melt into the hips, your arms, finding length in your breath, taking a moment to resettle, refine that gratitude for your practice, that hip opener. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I will see you in the next video. Bye.